What's up, Plow? What's up, Brand? You missed it. Plow got you beat. What's up, Zan? Dancing to the break of dawn. Your best time past second ghost is a 104. Like, right as you exit the door is where you're checking, basically, like right when you went through. It's not bad. It's still 22 seconds slower than me. But that's not bad. Today's the first time you've hit it. Congrats on hitting it for the first time. It's hard. I've tried to tell people it's harder than it looks. But until you try it yourself, you don't really understand. Also, I haven't been at it for years. I quit speedrunning this game 4 years because of that trick. I only really learned Hanger 2 during the Moist Critical Challenge, so I guess it's been a couple years at this point. But that's, let's see. Moist Critical Challenge. When was that? About 2 years? Was it almost 3 years ago to the summer? When was it? July 22, so almost 3 years. This summer will be 3 years. So yeah, I learned it about 3 years ago, but I've only been grinding it for about a year. Whenever ghosting first got added to the speedrun back in like 2016, I basically quit speedrunning. I didn't like ghosting at all. I didn't learn it like properly until the Moist Challenge when I was forced to learn it for that challenge. Yo, Perez, thank you for the 5.
Slayer.
What up, Sparkly? Sparkly, did you see that picture of the Dalek that I posted patrolling the streets of Portland? Kinda crazy. I thought I was gonna get exterminated. How funny would it be if somebody like attached a walkie-talkie to the back of it and just like whenever it crossed a person's path just said exterminate? That'd be pretty funny. Have a math final? Good luck. What's the subject? Geometry, nice. Don't forget your angle theorems. I like geometry as long as you kind of like can see, like, draw the shapes and understand their relations. It all makes sense. There's nothing like crazy. And if you know like just a couple of the rules, you can figure out more of the rules if you really try. Yeah, circles can be hard when they start adding in like the cosine and sine and tangent stuff. That stuff gets confusing for sure. like when it's related to the way the unit circle works. But if you once you learn the unit circle, that's going to be like the most important math for everything else. The unit circle is so important. You're probably not there yet, but you'll understand 5 years from now. That's a funny sentence. Planning on getting as many as I can correct. That should always be the goal. I mean, really, you should shoot for 100%, right? I mean, I understand, like, it's not always easy, but that's the plan. That should always be the plan. I was did pretty well in math. I mean, I did good in school for all subjects, but math was one of my favorites. I pretty much got hundreds on everything in math. I never got less than like on any of my math courses less than like a 98 or something and for my overall average. A lot of people really struggled with calculus, but once it clicks, it makes a lot of sense. It's a different type of math, so it doesn't click for everybody because you have to go back to the basics and relearn it from the beginning. No, that's bad advice. Don't listen to Yo-Yo. Do not listen to Yo-Yo. Especially in high school. You definitely should be going for A's. I graduated valedictorian from my high school, and if I wouldn't have, I probably wouldn't have been able to afford college. Yeah, a good English teacher versus a bad English teacher makes a pretty big difference. Alright, let's hop into the runs. In your last math class, the midterm average was a 15. I've seen that for physics classes. I've never seen that for a math class, but that's always annoying. You need to teach better or write a better test. If your class is failing, then you're failing. As a professor. There are obviously some exceptions, because there are some courses that are designed to be weed out courses that are going to be very challenging. And sometimes physics 2 is one of those courses. Sometimes calculus 2 is one of those courses. Sometimes your data structures and algorithms class is like that. But, like, if the class is averaging 10 to 15%, then something should be changing. Like, that's just not good enough.
Naja, der war sowieso völlig veraltet. Das hier ist ein Mark 6. Kam heute Morgen frisch von Songnam rein. Ganz cool bleiben, bis sie sich an die Neuerungen gewöhnt haben. Als erstes testen wir ihre Zieleinrichtung.
It's called the curve? Yeah, but I mean, what's the point of the curve? If everyone failed, then the teacher just didn't teach the material. Who cares what grade you got in the end? You didn't learn the material. I don't care about getting an A. The point of the class is to learn. Yeah, sure, I did better than everyone else, but nobody did well. Nobody learned anything. We didn't learn what we were supposed to. I'm not trying to do better compared to my peers. I'm trying to learn the coursework.
Passen Sie gut auf, denn ich erkläre das nur einmal. Hier werden Ihre wiederaufladbaren Energien.
I already know I'm better than my peers. I'm the best. Come on. I don't need a curve to tell me that.
Bingo! Sehen Sie, die laden viel schneller wieder auf. Suchen Sie bei abfallender Schildenergiedeckung, bis sie wieder voll aufgeladen ist.
Oder er versteckt sich einfach hinter mir. Sind Sie fertig mit dem Jungen? Wo sind denn die Laufräder?
Sein Panzer funktioniert gut, Johnson. Also halten Sie sich zurück. Sie dürfen gehen, mein Junge. Aber nicht vergessen, immer schön langsam.
Keine Bange, ich halte ihm die Hand.
Also, Johnson, wollen Sie mir nicht endlich erzählen, wie Sie es heil nach Hause geschafft haben?
Sorry, Guns. Das ist streng
What's up,
geheim.
J-Silver?
Dann eben nicht. Tja, die Justierung Ihres A2-Zielfernrohrs können Sie dann erstmal vergessen.
Mann, der hat vielleicht eine Laune. Vielleicht hat ja Lord Hood vergessen, ihm eine Einladung zu schicken. Die Erde. Hab sie seit Jahren nicht gesehen. Bei meiner Grundausbildung war das orbitale Verteidigungsnetz noch reine Theorie. Und jetzt das. Kairo ist nur eine von 300 geostationären Plattformen. Dieses MAB-Geschütz durchschlägt Schlachtschiffe der Allianz wie Butter.
7 minutes? You shouldn't have gotten 7 minutes. It should be 3 minutes. It should only be playing 3 minutes every hour.
Kommt nichts heil an diesem Kampfverband vorbei.
Sometimes it glitches out though if you like refresh in the middle of getting them and you just like get the whole new set, which is bullshit.
Schon den ganzen Morgen treffen Schiffe ein. Man erfährt wenig, aber das wird bestimmt eine große Sache.
Alarm! Entertruppen unterwegs. An alle, besetzt die Kampfstationen.
Yeah, pre-cal that's where it starts getting different, where you have to learn to think differently, like I was talking about. Because, like, the sine, cosine, and tangent doesn't make a lot of sense. And if you don't learn the triangle and the unit circle, then, like, nothing for the rest of the class makes sense. So yeah, pre-cal is definitely, like, one of those spots where you're gonna learn if you like math or not. And if that class messes you up, you're probably not going to... You shouldn't probably continue into math major fields until you learn that course. That was the biggest reason anybody in my college classes struggled, was because they didn't have a good pre-cal understanding. They didn't understand this, the trig functions. Why is this grunt gonna kill me? Yeah, Alex, there's always time to save.
Cortana, Lagebericht.
Die Explosion kam aus dem Innern der Athen, genau wie bei der Malta. Die Allianz muss was zurück.
New stuff gets found all the time.
Verdammt,
Minutes might be a stretch, but it could happen. Not quite how I wanted to do that, but I should get this checkpoint. Yeah.
Hier lang. Keine Sorge, Ma'am, wir sind am Ball.
Why did this guy just do that? What a weird... Hey, stop. Oh, that's bad. Okay, it was slow anyway.
Alarm! Entertruppen unterwegs.
I'm always happy to help people, Brand. I like more people playing this game. First of all, it helps boost my ego because it makes me show that I have cool skills. And second of all, it's fun just to have more people in the community. If I was just doing this alone, it's like, what's the point? And I don't know, I like sharing my knowledge. I know so much about this game. I've spent so much time on it. It's fun to let other people know some of the things I know.
Alarm! Entertruppen unterwegs.
Also, the larger the community, the more likely it is we find cool, better strats. So if I share all of the glitches that I know, I give the tools to other people so that they can help me find new shit. If it's just me finding, I have to do it all on my own. But once there's more people, they can start also finding cool things.
Alle, besetzt die Kampfstationen. Alarm! Entertruppen unterwegs.
What's the lore of the Easter egg in the space hole? It's not an Easter egg. If you're talking about the Da Vinci egg that I have uploaded on my YouTube channel, I don't actually know what the object is a placeholder for, but that texture is the default texture. The letters like A, B, C, D, E, F that you see, it's just whenever, so everything in this game has a texture, right? Like this box that I'm running into has the cool gold edges, the floor has a pattern on it, all of the walls have patterns. Those are called textures. If they didn't manually give anything a texture, it has a default texture. And the default thing is those letters you see, the colorful A, B, C, D. So it's just a placeholder object that never got finished. The reason that room exists at all is it's a cutscene room. Whenever the rings blow up during that cutscene on the end of Great Journey, there's like a section where it shows space for a minute. And that section happens in that room. Because most of the cutscenes in this game happen in-engine. They're not like pre-rendered videos. So that means everything actually happens in the game. So if you ever see Master Chief in space, he's likely really in space.
Oh oh, die verlassen die Athen.
Cortana, Lagebericht.
Die Explosion kam aus dem Innern der Athen, genau wie bei der Malta. Die Allianz muss was zurückgelassen haben. Eine Bombe.
Verdammt, dann muss hier auch eine sein. Chief, suchen Sie die.
Na los jetzt! Ist das eine Waffe oder eine Taschenlampe?
Na los, Chief, hier
I was not beating my bench or my squat. My squat PR was 400,
Alarm, Entertruppen unterwegs.
but I played soccer and ran cross country for. I mean, it was like, was it 395? It was around 400. It was I think it was high 300s. I played soccer my whole life though, from like age 2 until 20.
Alarm, Entertruppen unterwegs.
I used to be a lot more athletic. I did gymnastics and I did soccer and I did track. So I ran a lot, I could do flips and stuff, and I played a lot of soccer. But I had an injury in college to my shoulder, which kind of made it where I had to stop weightlifting. And I had an injury to my leg, which made it where I had to kind of stop playing soccer. So I'm not really doing much sport anymore. But I'm still relatively fit. I can still do pull-ups. I still have pretty good control of my own body weight. But I don't really do weightlifting anymore. I just run on, I have an exercise bike that I ride on, and I've got a pull-up bar that I do like my own body weight exercises with.
Alle, besetzt die Kampfstationen. Keine Übung. Ich wiederhole, das ist keine Übung.
How do you not die?
Alarm, Entertruppen unterwegs.
Yeah, what up, defend?
Alle, besetzt die Kampfstationen.
Ja, also, wenn ich schieße, will ich auch treffen.
That's how I started Brand, a webcam in a dream.
Alarm, Entertruppen unterwegs.
I used to do that, yo. I bought a bunch of old runners capture cards back in the day to get people into streaming. I think I bought like 10 different capture cards for different players. That's how I got started as well, actually. Somebody bought me my capture card.
Alarm. Enter-Truppen unterwegs.
I use an Elgato HD60 S+, but you don't need the S+. Any Elgato will work. The HD60s are nice. The 4K capture utility is ass, so actually I wouldn't recommend the 4K Elgatos. But those are a little pricey. You can get cheaper capture cards for like less, but Elgato's pretty standard at this point.
Dies ist keine Übung. Ich wiederhole, das ist keine Übung.
Yeah, my first capture card, Anikade bought for me. Or actually, it was my second one. My first one I got for Christmas in like 2007 from my parents. But my first one that I used for streaming more high quality runs was bought by Anikade. Yeah, what up, Rage?
Alarm. Enter-Truppen.
Yeah, J Silver. The Elgato software used to be so much better, but yeah, the 4K Elgato software is ass. It's so bad. It's unusable. You pretty much only can use OBS with it. It's worthless otherwise.
Das treibe ich raus. Das ist nicht... Ei!
Alle sind in die Kampfstationen.
I was actually shocked at how downgraded the software was from the standard definition to the 4K, or the HD to the 4K. It was legit shocking. Because I was I would espouse the brand to everybody that would listen. As a speedrunner, I was telling everybody how good the Elgatos were. The software was amazing, especially as a speedrunner, because you had the ability to do like flashback recording. So you didn't have to record 24/7. Anytime you got a PB, you could just scroll back in time on the software and then capture your run. And that was amazing. And they like completely broke the feature so that it was unusable on the new version. Audio was broken, sound was broken, it would glitch, it would desync. It was insane. It went from such a crazy good feature to just unusable with one update. And it's never been good since. It's been like 8 years now, and it never got fixed.
Oh oh, die verlassen die Athen.
Cortana, Lagebericht.
Die Explosion kam aus dem Innern der Athen, genau wie bei der Malta. Die Allianz muss was zurückgelassen haben. Eine Bombe.
Verdammt, dann muss hier auch eine sein. Chief, suchen Sie die.
Yeah, what up, Trump?
Ist das eine Waffe oder eine Tasche?
There's a way to get over the lag of audio that happens.
Na los, Chief, hier lang.
Like, you shouldn't have any audio lag on my stream, and I use an Elgato. You have to use OBS audio interface. So instead of using the capture card as the default audio, you have to add an audio source and use that. I don't know, I followed some tutorial and it fixed it, but I don't know.
Hey, kann das sein?
Yeah, I don't know why it's so ass, but it is.
Malta, wie ist Ihr Status? Kommen. So,
Erste Echelon zu mir. Nehmt euch die Kreuzer vor. Schaltet sie nach. Wir haben gewonnen.
wir bei der Zugkapsel der feindlichen Schiffe sind in der Tür.
Finden Sie die Bombe.
13 Kreuzer,
Im
2
Lauf.
Sturmträger.
Cortana, Ziele aussuchen
Jetzt wird's
und Feuer
laut.
frei. Die Träger brechen durch, Sir. Sie nehmen Kurs auf Kairo.
Yeah, mine doesn't, JFK. What I'm talking about is you have to, it does it by default, so if you just add the capture card to OBS as a, like, capture source, and then you use the default audio that comes with it, you'll get the lag that you're talking about. But if you
Hat das Trümmerfeld der
go
Malta
through, like, advanced audio settings and you add a audio source and do, like, the separate audio capture, then it should work fine. It is annoying though. I don't remember the exact steps. I followed a YouTube video that helped me out with it. Did I not stick you? Dude, how did I not stick that guy? That would have been such an insane clear. I thought I stuck him.
Sie sagten doch, es gäbe keine Kameras.
I used to use a laptop, Brand. You should be able to get by with a laptop.
Entertruppen unterwegs.
If you can run OBS and a webcam, you can run a capture card and OBS almost certainly. I got my start streaming on a laptop. It won't be ideal, it won't be great. You won't be able to like have maybe a bunch of extra stuff like a Subathon timer and a webcam and Twitch chat and like all of the extra bells and whistles that might lag your computer too much. But just using the capture card, you should be able to do it on a laptop pretty easily.
Alarm. Entertruppen unterwegs.
Yeah, also, you don't have to stream or record. Like, you can just play the game for fun and learn it. If you're having fun, I wouldn't stress too much about streaming and recording. If you get something that you think is cool, you could always just use your cell phone and set it up and record the screen that way. It doesn't have to be Ultra HD. This game doesn't even exist in Ultra HD. You have a flip phone. There's no way you have a flip phone. I mean, maybe, I guess you are in high school still, so maybe you don't have a camera phone, but either way, you don't need fancy HD recording and all the extra stuff to play the game. You can just play the game.
Alarm. Entertruppen unterwegs. An alle, besetzt die Kampfstationen.
Also, Brand, you said you're only gonna hang out for a little while. Don't you forget about your math. Don't get too distracted on the Twitch. What's up, Crazy?
Alarm. Entertruppen unterwegs.
The Motorola Razr. What a classic phone. Is that the most iconic phone of all time, other than an iPhone? It's gotta be, right? In terms of before smartphones existed, the Motorola Razr is the phone, I feel like. Obviously, you've got the Nokias. I guess those are pretty high up there, too. The OG Nokias, but... the Razr is just... a classic.
Alarm, Enter-Truppen unterwegs. Alarm, Enter-Truppen unterwegs.
I never had a Razr myself. My parents did. My parents had the early Nokias. I remember playing Snake for the first time. The very first cell phone my dad ever brought home that we ever had as like a family was the OG Nokia, the first one that was commercially available. It had Snake on it. It was sick. And then my mom got one that was like the next gen, that was like the little smaller one that also had Snake on it, but it was a better version of Snake because it had like different speeds where you could like play at level 9 and it went way faster. And I loved playing fast Snake. I got really good at playing Snake on the highest difficulty. And then I think my first cell phone was probably also a Nokia something. I don't even remember exactly which one it was. But I didn't get a cell phone until I was in high school, and like I think my freshman year, or maybe it was 8th grade. I think in 8th grade I got a cell phone. I had a Sony Ericsson 2600 was the second phone I got. It was the first like cool cell phone I had. It was like it like slid, it had a Walkman built into it so you could put a bunch of songs on it. It was actually a pretty shitty phone, but it was really cool. I don't know, it like I wouldn't want to use it again, but back in the day it felt really cool. It had a video editor on it so you could film videos and edit them and like add slides and transitions and shit.
Alarm, Enter-Truppen unterwegs.
Did you just say Walkman instead of MP3 player? It was literally a Walkman. I don't know what you want from me. It was a Sony Walkman built into the phone. Look it up. It had the branding Walkman on it. Maybe that's why Twitch chat thinks I'm like 45 years old, because I say things like Walkman without batting an eye. Sometimes Twitch thinks I'm in my 20s and sometimes they think I'm in my 40s, and it always makes me chuckle. How did you dodge that? It's so slow, man. start.
Oh oh, die verlassen die Athen.
Cortana, Lagebericht.
Die Explosion kam aus dem Innern der Athen, genau wie bei der Malta. Die Allianz muss was zurückgelassen haben. Eine Bombe.
Verdammt, dann muss hier auch eine sein. Chief, suchen Sie die.
Los jetzt! Ist das eine Waffe oder eine Taschenlampe?
I've thought about legally changing my last name to Monopoly because I think it would be funny. If I wasn't poor and lazy, I'd probably do it.
Ich war fast an Bord, als die auftauchten.
Keine Sorge, Ma'am, wir sind am Bad.
That's gonna ruin my day, isn't it? No, I had a chance. Ugh.
Alarm, Enter-Truppen unterwegs.
Nobody in my family has the same last name as me anymore. I'm the only person who has my last name, so like, I'm not like attached to it in any way. It doesn't mean anything to me. It's not like something that I consider like a family heirloom kind of thing. You know, some people are very tied to their name. I'm not.
Ich habe keinen Sichtkontakt.
Just make a new name.
Alarm, Enter-Truppen unterwegs. Alle, besetzt die Kampfstationen. Keine Übung. Ich wiederhole, das ist keine Übung.
Es versteckt sich vor uns.
Hochtüren dicht machen. Alarm.
Like, I'm stuck on Cairo, but I'm not playing that bad. I'm enjoying the Cairo grind. Ugh.
Alarm, Enter-Truppen unterwegs.
That's one of the first things I always do when I take an exam is I write all the formulas I know like at the top or whatever scratch sheet of paper I have. Just so cram and study before the test. Make sure you memorize as much all of the formulas, all the theorems, and then right when the test starts, write it all down. I also like to use like mnemonics to memorize things. Like you can memorize things as like a phrase or a saying or like an acronym like obviously like a squared plus b squared equals c squared and stuff like that, but you can like try to like just remember like one letter for each word and write that down so you remember your phrases.
Okay, bereit.
That's definitely a good skill for taking tests.
Hey,
Write down what you know.
ich folge Ihnen. Autsch.
Alarm, Enter-Truppen unterwegs.
That's similar to, have you ever heard of rubber duck debugging, Sparkly? It's something that some programmers are taught to do if they ever get stuck. So if you're ever like stuck on a computer problem and you can't solve it, you talk to a duck, a literal rubber duck, buy a rubber duck and place it on your desk, and explain the problem to the duck. Tell the duck why you're stuck, tell the duck what's going wrong, and by explaining the problem to somebody or something, you start to understand the problem better. You start to like think about it differently. And sometimes it's better than like even talking to a real human. It also doesn't waste their time. Because I mean, when you're in a smaller team and you need help with something, sometimes like you have to go ask your coworker, "Hey, I'm stuck on this problem, can you help me?" And now you're spending 2 engineers on one problem, which costs a lot of money depending on what you're doing. Will you die? I thought I killed that guy twice.
Alarm, Enter-Truppen unterwegs.
But you'd be surprised the amount of like professional programmers who have a little tiny rubber duck sitting on their desk.
Alle, besetzt die Kampfstationen. Keine Übung. Ich wiederhole, das ist keine Übung.
Verdammter Außerirdischer!
You guys are so troll.
Alarm.
You wonder how many professional programmers drive Jeeps? Probably not very many. They're not very practical in big tech cities. Like, nobody wants to drive a Jeep in Seattle. Parking is ass. Where are you gonna park that thing? Similar with San Francisco. I think probably very few drive Jeeps because most of us live in cities where they're not practical.
Alle, besetzt die Kampfstationen. Alarm, Enter-Truppen unterwegs.
Yeah, or a manual transmission car in San Francisco. I don't know why anyone's daily driver would be a manual transmission in SF. That would suck.
Alarm, Enter-Truppen unterwegs.
Yes, I mean SoCal and other places is fine, but like within like actual in SF, there's so much traffic, there's so many hills, there's so many people on your ass. Like just the rollback at like a light. There's already a dude on your bumper. I don't know. I would not want to. I can understand why it would be kind of fun. Like some people like the fidgeting of like changing gears all the time. It makes driving a fun experience. I get it, but not in a city like San Francisco. That's got to be one of the worst places to drive.
Hochtüren dicht machen.
Really expected that guy to be weak. Why are you not weak? Wait, there's still an elite alive? That's crazy. There is on my YouTube channel. Let's see. Is that how I do it still? Let me see. What do I do in this video? That's one way to do it. Okay, that's not a very good video though. I can show you kind of how I do it. So whenever I do prison skip, I either do it like this where you press B and A at the same time and then X. So I do something like this whenever I'm doing runs. Or you can do it with two hands so I take two fingers and put them on B and A and push those at the exact same time and then press X. So the pattern is you want to be doing back and forth like this. So one then the other. That's funny, Dante.
Alarm, Entertruppen unterwegs.
No, I didn't get any rest, Dad Band, but I did have a good weekend. I'm beat. I'm really tired. I'm getting back into it, but a little sluggish today. Kind of a chill, relaxing vibes on the runs.
Okay, ganz cool bleiben. Weg!
Alle, besetzt die Kampfstationen.
No rest. The whole point of the vacation that I went on was not to rest, it was to grind video games for 12 hours straight. Ads just started, so you're not gonna be able to hear me, but yeah. I wasn't going with the intention of taking a break, I was going with the intention of doing something specific. Also, it was one of my friends' going away parties, so we like partied all night. I didn't really sleep at all.
Alle, besetzt die Kampfstationen.
Punch me, dude.
Alarm, Enter-Truppen unterwegs.
Yo, Seabone with the gifted, thank you.
Alarm, Enter-Truppen unterwegs.
You know, I've been considering bumping up the ad rate that plays during the subathon, because I have a lot of subs. Most of you guys are subbed, but then it comes in when situations like this where somebody asks a question, I answer them, and they immediately get hit with ads, which is always annoying. But I don't know. Ads are annoying.
Gut, ich treibe es raus. Da ist noch einer. Geschützt. Geh dann nicht über.
Dies ist keine Übung. Ich wiederhole, das ist keine Übung.
Wait, why did I noob combo the same one twice? They confused me. Still pretty fast.
Oh oh, die verlassen die Athen.
Cortana, Lagebericht.
Die Explosion kam aus dem Innern der Athen, genau wie bei der Malta. Die Allianz muss was zurückgelassen haben. Eine Bombe.
Verdammt, dann muss hier auch eine sein. Chief, suchen Sie die.
Geh mal los hier. Ist das eine Waffe oder eine Taschenlampe?
That's pretty fast.
Na los, Chief, hier lang.
Ich war fast an Bord, als die auftauchten.
Keine Sorge, Mann, wir sind am Bad.
You better make. Good.
Sir, Eindruck.
Erste Echelon zu mir. Nehmt euch die Kreuzer vor. Schaltet sie nacheinander auf. Zweite Echelon,
Muss mir aber
kümmert euch um
helfen,
die
an die
Träger.
Kapsel heranzukommen. Die Schiffe sind in der
Treten Sie die
Druckszone.
Bombe.
13
Im
Kreuzer,
Lauf.
2 Sturmträger.
Cortana, Ziele aussuchen
Jetzt
und Feuer
wird's
frei.
laut.
That wasn't enough.
Ich glaube es nicht. Die ziehen sie zurück. Wir haben gewonnen.
This was pretty fast too.
Die Träger brennen
It's still
durch, Sir.
good.
Sie nehmen Kurs auf Kairo. Cortana, konzentriertes Feuer auf den ersten Träger. Admiral, knöpfen Sie sich den zweiten vor. Formiert euch, folgt mir.
Das ist übel. Wirklich übel.
Der erste Träger ignoriert uns völlig, Sir. Er hat das Trümmerfeld der Malta in Richtung Erde durchbrochen. Übrigens, die Bombe wird von einem ganzen Haufen Eliten bewacht. Sie werden sich etwas ausdenken müssen.
Yeah, Zoo plays Master Chief Collection, so the run looks quite a bit different, but he's definitely, like, the best active Halo 2 player right now. I'm trying to beat his time on Classic, but I haven't beat him yet. I don't know, overall on Classic I'm doing a lot of things better than he does, but I still haven't beaten his time, so I can't say I'm better. My sum of best is faster. I have better ILs, like my individual levels on each levels are faster. But for full game, he still got me beat. I don't know, the idea of like comparing people and like guessing and saying who's better or worse is crazy, because you just look at the leaderboard. Whoever has a faster time is better. Like, I don't care what your reasoning is for why they have a faster time, if they just got lucky, if they only grinded a new glitch. It doesn't matter. If their time is faster, they have a better time. They are like currently better. Like, if you think you can beat them, prove it. If not, shut up. There's nothing else to be said about it. I hate all of the discussion about like one run is better than another with certain like caveats and stuff. Like, no, if one run's better, it's better. Like that's it. Just be better.
Die wollen bestimmt nicht, dass sie an Bord kommen. Diese Brücke ist der direkteste Weg zum Stadtzentrum.
But if you want to talk about like longevity and like contributions to the speedrun, yeah, then certainly I have done the most for the Halo 2 speedrun, and it's not even close. I've found more glitches, I've recruited more people into the community, I've grown the community, I've been doing it the longest, I've held the most records all time. Like, yeah, over like the course of the history of the game, certainly I have like the largest resume. But I don't have the record right now.
Dieser Tunnel führt zur Brücke. Überall Ratten. Trotzdem besser als Schwimmen. Ich habe die Kampfgespräche der Allianz analysiert. Die sind überrascht. Die haben uns hier wohl nicht erwartet. Keine Menschen. Nicht auf der Erde. Verrückt, ich weiß. Das erklärt aber, warum die mit so einer kleinen Flotte kommen.
I do have the easy record. I guess I have the fastest completion of Halo 2 on any percent and for easy, so maybe those count for something.
Das könnte ich den ganzen Abend. Hey, da ist noch einer.
Die Allianz will sich neu formieren. Verhindern Sie es.
Well, Master Chief Collection is a different category. Dead Band. The MCC run is faster than the classic run, but it also uses a different timing method. The glitches are different, the physics are different, the rules are different. It's like, everything is different, so it's a different game. So Zoo is going faster than me on MCC for sure, but it's also like 10 different reasons why. No, I don't really care to do cartographer runs. On just lag and loading time alone, this game's like 2 minutes slower than Master Chief Collection. So right here on the white screen, like the time it takes to load Metropolis, that was like 5 seconds. And that time between every level, 12 different times, adds up to like over a minute. And there's also lag during the level that adds up to quite a bit. Like just driving across this bridge, there's like frames of lag. So MCC doesn't get a lot of lag, so it just saves time inherently. You also walk faster on Master Chief Collection, and you jump higher. Dodge, that was sick. You sword fly faster, grenades make you launch further, slide jumps go further. Everything's a little bit slidier and bouncier on Master Chief Collection. Everything's faster. Yeah, but the point of speedrunning isn't to try to make money. Oh, I guess you're saying wish you could get paid to play Halo. Yeah, like when I started speedrunning, my goal wasn't to earn money. I was only able to earn money because I was dedicated to doing this for the last 10 to 15 years, and people started appreciating and watching what I do. So like, yeah, if your goal is to try to speedrun to make money, it's probably not worth your time, considering I'm making less than minimum wage grinding this all day every day. But that's not why I do it. It's just very helpful. It's the reason I'm able to keep doing it. I wouldn't be able to do this all day every day without your guys' support. But that's not like why I started. Yeah, this is my only source of income right now. So the only way I'm able to stream as much as I do is because of your guys' support. But whenever I first got into speedrunning, I was like a kid. I was a middle schooler, I was a high schooler. So obviously I'm not trying to like make a living back then. And then I was in college, and so I had scholarships and other sources of income. I like worked at the university, so that I didn't need the money back in college. But I started making money in college from it. So it was like my first time actually making some money. And then I went off and got a real job. So when I was at Microsoft, I didn't need the money from this. But now I don't have a job, and I do need the money. So it's just changed a lot over the years for me. No way! That was fast, too. Dang. I can't believe I got sniped there.
In dem Gebäude sind ein paar Marines eingeschlossen, Chief. Konzentriert euch auf die Rays. Die sind am gefährlichsten.
Yeah, I'm barely making enough to pay my rent and bills right now. But I also live in a pretty expensive city. Seattle's rent is known for being pretty pricey.
Sir, Corporal Perez, Kompanie A, Kommandostand ist da drüben. Der Lieutenant wurde
I think that was early cycle. Do I just go for it?
Das Kommando, Corporal.
Okay, I'm going for it.
Erst oben, kommen Sie, ich zeig's Ihnen.
You know, why can't Elon Musk just get addicted to my stream? I know he likes Halo. He's always talking about warthogs and Halo and shit. Why can't he just, like, pop in and be like, you know what, Monopoly? Dad Band is right. You deserve to be rich off of your endeavors. And why can't he just drop me, like, a cool million? Any oil princes in the chat? Where are you at? I knew it was gonna disappear. I didn't think I had it. Best I can do is Nigerian prince. So if I send you $20,000, you'll send me back 2 million, right? Yeah, Suchit, thank you for the $2.
Sie sagten doch, es gäbe keine...
Alarm! Enter-Truppen unterwegs.
Is my chat overlay working? Oh, it is, right? Okay.
Alarm! Enter-Truppen unterwegs.
I was hanging out with friends this weekend, and they were asking me what I've been doing, and I was telling them how much I've been streaming, and they were asking, well, do you make a lot of money? I was like, no, I do not. And so they pulled up my YouTube channel, and this girl was like, oh, you have 15,000 subscribers, you must make a lot of money. It's like, no, no, I do not. That's...
Alarm! Enter-Truppen unterwegs.
That's true, Grammar. Unless you're talking about speedrunning, then smaller number is better person. Your worth as a human is tied to the number.
Keine Übung. Ich wiederhole, das ist keine Übung.
Fast.
Oh oh, die verlassen die Athen.
Cortana, Lagebericht.
I don't know what's going on in chat either, but whatever it is, y'all just chill out.
Verdammt, dann muss hier auch eine sein. Chief, suchen Sie die.
This is fast.
Na los, Chief, hier lang.
Ich war fast an Bord, als die auftauchten.
Keine Sorge, Ma'am, wir sind am Ball.
No, it was so fast. Fucking hell.
Na los, Chief, hier lang.
Ich war fast an Bord, als die auftauchten.
Keine Sorge, Ma'am, wir sind am Ball.
What spawn did I even get?
Erste Echelon zu mir. Nehmt euch die Kreuzer vor. Schaltet sie nach.
This is my kid-friendly stream. I can't commit to a completely kid-friendly stream, especially streaming at 9:30 at night. I don't swear that much, but I'm not going to completely censor myself.
Alarm! Enter-Truppen unterwegs.
I think on average, I don't swear that much. I don't really think about it though. I don't I don't know. Sometimes you just gotta say fuck.
Alarm, Entertruppen unterwegs.
No, I'm completely sober. I don't drink or smoke at all anymore. I've smoked a lot on stream in the past, though. A lot of times you guys don't know. When the webcam's off and I like take breaks, sometimes like, especially in previous years, I'd smoke all the time on stream. It's legal where I live in Seattle. I don't like make a big deal about it though. I just like turn off the webcam and smoke a little. I don't act crazy or anything. I just chill out. I'm already chill all the time though.
Alarm, Entertruppen unterwegs. Alarm, Entertruppen
But
unterwegs.
I would mostly try to like mute the mic or mute the webcam, but sometimes I'd forget and you guys would hear me drinking my chocolate milk for sure back in the day, but it's been a while. I don't really do it anymore. During the pandemic, I smoked a lot because it was the responsible thing to do.
Alarm, Entertruppen.
I know it sounds ridiculous, but like, what else was I supposed to do? I mean, I was supposed to stay inside all the time and not go do shit. Like, I don't know. I didn't feel bad about it because I think one of the biggest problems with smoking weed all the time is that it makes you more lazy. It makes you more apathetic. It makes you content with doing nothing. Like, it makes you feel just fine sitting around doing nothing. And sometimes that's a really dangerous feeling because you should be doing something. But during the pandemic, I didn't have shit to do. Like, it was fine. I don't know. So I smoked a lot during the pandemic.
Alarm, Entertruppen unterwegs.
But if you got shit to do, you should not be smoking. Thanks for hanging out, Dad Band.
Alle, besetzt die Kampfstationen. Alarm, Entertruppen unterwegs. Alle, besetzt die Kampfstationen.
He's locked out. No, I've been pretty locked in today. I didn't expect really good runs. Honestly, I'm getting back into the ghosting. I'm feeling fine. I know we haven't really got good runs yet, but I'm not unhappy with today's grind. This is actually going better than I expected. Yo, what up, Tommy Gunn? We did it. We have finally improved. We move one step closer to the Zubert. It feels like a weight has been lifted from my shoulders. The rain cloud has dispersed.
Alarm, Enter-Truppen unterwegs.
Yes, grammar, it was a euphemism.
Alarm, Enter-Truppen unterwegs.
When was the last time I held record? Like 2016. It's been a long time. Unless you mean like any world record. I have I currently have the easy world record. I have most of the level world records. I set a Cairo world record just like a month or two ago. I still set records, but for full game legendary, it's been since like 2016.
Alarm, Enter-Truppen unterwegs.
It's not a commonly used thing. I came up with it myself, grammar. Basically, sometimes you would hear bubbling water in the background of my stream, and people would be like, hey, what's that noise? And I would say, oh, I'm just drinking chocolate milk and blowing bubbles in it, you know, making bubbly chocolate milk. That's where it came from.
Alle, besetzt die Kampfstationen.
But that's a thing of the past. We're just lighting a candle, that's right. I dated a girl from my Twitch chat one time, a few years back, and she would hear me talk about lighting candles all the time. And she visited and brought me a candle, and it was a funny joke. I thought that was pretty good. Like, now you can light your candles.
Alle, besetzt die Kampfstationen.
Wenn wir das erledigen wollen, dann jetzt. Okay, Zeit für mich abzuhauen.
How'd that get started? I don't know.
Dies ist keine Übung. Ich wiederhole, das ist keine Übung.
Gentleman doesn't kiss and tell or something like that? I don't know.
Oh oh, die verlassen die Athen.
Cortana, Lagebericht.
Die Explosion kam aus dem Innern der Athen, genau wie bei der Malta. Die Allianz muss was zurückgelassen haben. Eine Bombe.
Verdammt, dann muss hier auch eine sein. Chief, suchen Sie die.
Do I consider myself a gentleman? I don't know what a gentleman actually means, but yes, we respect women in this stream, if that's what it takes to be a gentleman.
Na los, Chief, hier lang.
Ich war fast an Bord, als die auftauchten.
Keine Sorge, Ma'am, wir sind an Bord.
Cortana, Ziele aussuchen und Feuer frei.
Ich glaube es nicht. Die ziehen sich zurück. Wir haben gewonnen.
Yo. Chill.
Hey, das ist übel. Wirklich übel.
Die Träger brechen durch, Sir. Sie nehmen Kurs auf Kairo.
You guys are.
Cortana, konzentriertes Feuer auf den ersten Träger. Admiral, knöpfen Sie sich den zweiten vor. Formiert euch, folgt mir.
These guys might.
Der erste Träger ignoriert uns völlig, Sir.
It's not that fast, but it's fine.
Feld der Malta in Richtung Erde durchbrochen. Übrigens, die Bombe wird von einem ganzen Haufen Eliten bewacht. Sie werden sich etwas ausdenken müssen.
How am I dead?
Alarm, Entertruppen unterwegs. Alle, besetzt die Kampfstationen. Alarm, Entertruppen unterwegs.
I've only been live for an hour and a half. I thought I was live for a lot longer. I thought I've been stuck on Cairo longer. This has been fine. I already made it to Metropolis once on a decent run. We got more decent runs in us tonight. I'll get another couple good ones.
Besetzt die Kampfstationen.
Yo, C-Bone with another gifted. Thank you. All it takes is one good run. That's right.
Entertruppen unterwegs.
One good run and we are there. I'm enjoying the chill vibes on this stream tonight, though. I'm having a good time playing. I'm feeling like we're gonna like beat this PB really soon. It took me forever to get this PB. It took me like 6 months to reach this point. But now that I feel like I've broken through, I'm like super confident that we're like right around the corner for another one. Maybe not tonight because it's my first day back in like a couple days. But it's gonna happen, I think, like really soon. I think we got more personal bests to come.
Kann.
Alle, besetzt die Kampfstationen.
I don't think I'm overconfident. I think I've got the right amount of confidence. I think I have an appropriate understanding of my skill level.
Ich wiederhole, das
I love that just this could have been so fast and it just turns out to not be. He's just chilling up there.
Alarm! Enter-Truppen unterwegs.
Congrats, Sean. No, I didn't get a 120. My PB's a 122. It's world record splits we're competing against. If I ever get a 120, it should be world record. Either that or I'll just be 7 seconds off.
Alle, besetzt die Kampfstationen.
Thanks, one. It is just around the corner. Oh my gosh. Thanks for hanging out, BT White Bear.
Alarm! Enter-Truppen.
Sorry I couldn't get anything while you were watching. I think you're new here. So sometimes I just get stuck at the beginning of the run. It happens. I took the weekend off, and so I'm kind of just getting back into the groove, but I'll get a good run going eventually. Give the stream a follow and come back. Hopefully I'll show you the rest of the speedrun eventually.
Alle, besetzt die Kampfstationen.
The first level is super hard though. I play it to a standard that is very high so that I want to start out with basically a perfect beginning because that's the easiest way to get a good run is to start out with a good run. But because of that I spend a whole lot of time on the start. But once I make it out of the first 3 or 4 levels, if I make it out of Arbiter, the run is most likely going to go until the end.
Alle, besetzt die Kampfstationen.
Do I have a Discord? No, not a public, like, group Discord. I probably should as a streamer, but I don't really use Discord much.
Hochtüren dicht machen.
I wish that Red Elite died. Still good.
Oh oh, die verlassen die Athen.
Cortana, Lagebericht.
Die Explosion kam aus dem Innern der Athen, Genau wie bei der Malta. Die Allianz muss was zurückgelassen haben. Eine Bombe.
Verdammt, dann muss hier auch eine sein. Chief, suchen Sie die.
Finger los hier! Ist das eine Waffe oder eine Taschenlampe?
Alright, got another good start. This one will go the distance, surely.
Na los, Chief, hier lang.
Ich war fast an Bord, als die auftauchten.
Keine Sorge, Ma'am, wir sind am Ball.
Dude, you rat. He hit me with the juke and now he's gonna fly down, isn't he? Oh, this could have been so fast. It's still fine. I should have just waited 1 second once I just noticed where he was at.
Erste Echelon zu mir. Nehmt euch die Kreuzer vor. Schaltet sie nacheinander aus.
It's fine.
Ich glaube es nicht. Sie ziehen sich zurück. Wir haben's gewonnen.
Finden Sie die Bombe. Im Lauf. Cortana, Ziele aussuchen und Feuer
Oh,
frei.
how did I die that fast? I felt like I had more health than that.
Truppen unterwegs.
That was a really good first like 3 minutes too. Feels bad.
Sanitäter! Sanitäter!
Alle, besetzt die Kampfstationen. Alarm! Entertruppen unterwegs.
Yeah. Dude, someone has a car that whenever they lock it, it sounds like a movie that it's like the perfect car noise. It sounds like the sound effect out of like Grand Theft Auto or some shit. When they lock it outside, it always like I don't know, I don't even know how to make the noise, but it just sounds like the perfect like beep beep. It might be like a Tesla or some shit that like actually does have a recorded noise for it instead of like a horn.
Alle, besetzt die Kampfstationen.
Wir haben Gesellschaft, Jungs!
Dies ist keine Übung. Ich wiederhole, das ist keine Übung.
Don't throw shit at me. Pretty good.
Oh oh, die verlassen die Athen.
Cortana, Lagebericht.
Die Explosion kam aus dem Innern der Athen, genau wie bei der Malta. Die Allianz muss was zurückgelassen haben. Eine Bombe.
Verdammt, dann muss hier auch eine sein. Chief, suchen Sie die.
Finger los hier! Ist das eine Waffe oder eine Taschenlampe?
I've been clutching that section.
Na los, Chief, hier lang.
Ich war fast an Bord, als die auftauchten.
Keine Sorge, Ma'am, wir sind am Ball.
Pretty fast. How did you spot me?
Danke, Chief. Ich schulde Ihnen was.
Why are you like this? Man, this was fast too. Now there's like... Where are you gonna go? Yeah, whatever. I hate getting trolled in that section. I just wish that elite was more consistent. Oh, you're stuck, man. How are you still shooting? That was so fast.
Alarm! Enter-Truppen unterwegs.
Hey, Alter! Jetzt Kugelfänger vor mir aufstellen? Ja, das könnte klappen. Da kommen sie! Ha!
Alarm! Enter-Truppen.
I just want one good run now. I'm getting a little tilted about how much I'm in Cairo, but I still feel like I'm playing well. Like, I'm hitting my sword flies, I'm hitting the ghosts. I'm not playing too badly. Do I think being swole will help my speedruns? I mean, an active lifestyle is definitely good, but I don't think being more muscular would help me, no. If I had more money for food, I would work out more. But it's hard to lift weights with the purpose of gains if you're not eating enough, and I'm not eating enough.
Alarm! Enter-Truppen unterwegs.
So I mostly just do like pull-ups and I ride a little bit on the exercise bike, and that's basically all the exercise I do. Oh, me and my roommate were talking about being swole. That's funny. Yeah, me and my roommate used to work out together.
Alle, besetzt die Kampfstationen. Alarm! Enter-Truppen unterwegs. Alle, besetzt die Kampfstationen.
Yeah, for a few years of my streaming career, I just sat on the floor with a laptop next to me. That was the stream setup.
Sehen Sie? Ich sagte doch nicht,
Übung. Ich wiederhole, das ist keine Übung.
I mean, when you're getting started, you really don't need much more than that. It's a perfectly fine stream setup.
Oh oh, die verlassen die Athen.
Cortana, Lagebericht.
Die Explosion kam aus dem Innern der Athen, genau wie bei der Malta. Die Allianz muss was zurückgelassen haben. Eine Bombe.
Verdammt, dann muss hier auch eine sein. Chief, suchen Sie die.
Na los jetzt! Ist das eine Waffe oder eine Taschenlampe?
Na los, Chief, hier lang.
No!
Ich war fast an Bord, als die...
Alarm, Entertruppen unterwegs.
Das treibe ich raus.
You rat marine, get out of the way.
Ich hab ihn.
Dies ist keine Übung.
Dude blocks the box, slows me down, and I don't even get the trick because of him.
Alarm, Entertruppen unterwegs.
There's no way I'm gonna finish tonight's stream without one run out of Arbiter, right? We're gonna get one run out of Arbiter, that's the plan. One good run out of the Barbiter. Arbiter, what are you doing here?
Alle, besetzt die Kampfstationen. Keine Übung. Ich wiederhole, das ist keine Übung.
Ich will üben.
Dämonenfackel, auseinander!
Hochführen Gegner.
Just do that again? No, I want to do better than that.
Oh oh, die verlassen die Athen.
Why would I do that again?
Cortana,
That's stupid.
Lagebericht.
Die Explosion kam aus dem Innern der Athen, genau wie bei der Malta. Die Allianz muss was zurückgelassen haben. Eine Bombe.
Verdammt, dann muss hier auch eine sein. Chief, suchen Sie die.
I already did that.
Na los jetzt! Ist das eine Waffe oder eine Taschenlampe?
My consistency at that section today has been kind of insane.
Na los, Chief, hier lang.
And my consistency this section has been insane in the opposite direction. But I've been getting unlucky. I really have. Like, this is not actually lucky. Am I fine? I think I'm fine. I think I'm fine. Oh, and then I miss it. First time I actually get everything smooth. Alright, it's still fine. I need to reassess my grenades, I think, on this section. I've been getting a little too much here. I'm not sure what I need to change, though.
Cortana, konzentriertes Feuer auf den ersten Träger. Admiral, knöpfen Sie sich den zweiten vor. Formiert euch, folgt mir!
Hey, das ist übel. Wirklich übel.
Der erste Träger ignoriert uns völlig, Sir. Er hat das Trümmerfeld der Malta in Richtung Erde durchbrochen. Übrigens, die Bombe wird von einem ganzen Haufen Eliten bewacht. Sie werden sich etwas ausdenken müssen.
Okay, pretty good.
Die Sache ist dringend, Chief.
Schüttelt es ab, Marines! Absturzstelle räumen! Los, los, los!
411. That used to be the number you could call for, like, information, right? You guys remember, like, Star 67 and Star 69? Do those still exist? There was, I think Star 67 was redial the person who most recently called you. And Star 69 you could put before your number to, like, hide your number or something like that. You guys remember those things? Or is that, am I a boomer? I just survived a melee? That was wacky. I was like next to him. I was like on the side of the hitbox.
Ma'am?
Meine Pelicans bringen Rüstung und Verstärkung in die Stadt. Die brauchen tauglichen Geleitschutz.
Oh yeah, Cha-Cha. And then you could just text Google if you spelled out Google, then you could text Google and yeah, people would like respond. Before Google was the popular one, Cha-Cha was the popular one though. It was whatever I don't remember the T9 equivalent, but back when everyone was good at T9 texting, you just texted the number Cha-Cha, and that would, somebody would Google your answers for you.
Ich habe die Kampfgespräche der Allianz analysiert. Die sind überrascht. Verwirrt. Die haben uns hier wohl nicht erwartet. Keine Menschen. Nicht auf der Erde. Verrückt, ich weiß. Das erklärt aber, warum wir mit so einer kleinen Flotte kommen.
Das ist nicht gut. Wir haben noch was vor uns. Au! Granate!
Why did the Marine just say Granada? Nobody threw any grenades. I guess maybe a grunt behind me did? I didn't see any grenades. You wanna know what's some real boomer shit? If you ever wanted to watch a movie in the movie theaters, you used to have to call a phone number and then wait for them to tell you all the showtimes.
Hey, Diese Typen lernen das wohl nie.
And it would just be like, either it would be a real human and you would ask them what's the showtime for this movie, or it would be a recording and it would be like, at 1 a.m. or at 1 p.m. we're showing Jurassic Park. At 2 p.m. we're showing whatever. Like, and you just had to wait for it to cycle through the whole like list of all of their premieres. I remember Smarter Child, yeah, ASD. That's a deep cut. It was always a game to try to like figure out if it was a robot, you know, like, is it really a robot? Am I a Homestar Runner kid? I watched a lot of Homestar Runner, but I wasn't obsessed with it like some other people. I watched more of the other weird Flash stuff, though. I watched Joe Cartoon. I watched a lot of the albino black sheep stuff, a lot of Newgrounds stuff. Joe Cartoon was really popular. Do you need to get into the YouTube chat? I don't know what you mean. Are you a Homestar Runner guy? Are they enticing you over there? Or are you saying because I haven't been responding? Oh yeah, it is weird that it's been you for the last 10 messages. I mean, I don't mind. Conversation's still flowing. Some people just lurk. Yeah, my stream, especially when I'm stuck on Cairo all day, is the ultimate lurk stream. I don't mind the lurk. I know what niche I fill on Twitch. I know I'm not really one of those streams that's like an active watch. You throw me on in the background and you check if I'm on a run. It's not fair. Alright, we go back to Cairo. I'm gonna play like 5 minutes of chess, rest my hands. I've been doing a lot of ghosting. I'm gonna take a short break here. Yeah. It was all part of the plan. I have to clutch out when the viewers are here. When it's just a few of you guys, I don't care about any of you. But if I have the chance to grow my audience, I gotta clutch up, right?
Und Sie sagten, Sie würden sich was Nettes anziehen. Die Leute brauchen ein Heldenschiff. Gibt ihnen Hoffnung. Also lächeln, okay? Solange wir noch was zum Lachen haben.
What was that move?
Das ist ja ein richtiger Auflauf.
Oh.
Wenn Sie mich auf Knien sehen wollen, muss ich Sie enttäuschen.
Sind Sie sicher?
Meine Herren, wie schön, dass Sie zurück sind. Sprechen Sie, Cortana.
Es rührt sich was, Sir. Nahe Io. Untersuchungen laufen schon.
Tut mir leid, aber wir müssen hier Druck machen.
Sieht gut aus.
Danke.
Vielen Dank.
Sergeant Major, das Kreuz der Kolonien wird für großen Wagemut und Hingabe verliehen. An einen Soldaten des United Earth Space Corps.
Das nenne ich absolute Ketzerei. Er soll für alle, die unsere Allianz brechen wollen, ein Beispiel sein.
Commander Miranda Keys. Ihr Vater handelte stets im Einklang mit den höchsten Traditionen des Militärdienstes. Seine beispiellose und große Tapferkeit hat ihm und der UNSC höchste Ehre gemacht. Die Navy hat einen der besten verloren.
Oh, that's not good. It's fine.
Raumrisse voraus, direkt vor unserem Kampfverband.
Zeigen Sie.
15 Allianz-Schlachtschiffe halten die Position außerhalb der Todeszone.
Hier spricht Flottenadmiral Harper. Wir gehen zum Angriff über.
Negativ, Admiral. Bilden Sie eine Verteidigungsstellung um den Verband. Commander, gehen Sie an Bord und stoßen Sie zur Flotte.
Ja, Sir.
Sie gehen ans Map-Geschütz, Cortana. Sobald Sie in Reichweite kommen, Feuer frei.
Mit Vergnügen.
Irgendwas stimmt nicht. Die Flotte, die Reach zerstörte, war 50 Mal so groß.
Sir, noch mehr von denen. Enterschiffe, eine Riesenmenge.
Sie wollen unsere Map-Geschütze ausschalten, damit Ihre Schlachtschiffe die Erde angreifen können. Master Chief, Station verteidigen.
Ja, Sir. Ich brauche eine Waffe.
Gleich hier lang.
Alarm, Entertruppen unterwegs.
I had this move. Yeah, I had better wins here, but I mean, we're still gonna win. That's fine. Alright, let's play one more. And then I'll get back to the Halo.
Dies ist keine Übung. Ich wiederhole, das ist keine Übung. Drucktüren dicht machen. Waffenschränke öffnen.
guy's trolling me. He's just playing fast. He's playing bad moves, but he's playing fast. Yeah. I hate people that just play fake moves. Play a real game, asshole. Get flagged. I won. But, I mean, I don't know. He was playing bad moves. I started doing the same. I'm gonna play one more. That wasn't satisfying. I was down a bunch of times, so I had to do the same, but it's fine. That was an interesting game. We had an interesting position. I don't like that move. What do I want to do here? Let's go here. I should have pushed that pawn first. Oh, I'm bad. I saw it just... It's one of those blunders that you realize it like right after you make it. I hate that feeling. He's gonna flag. Not an easy position to crush on. Is it? Dang. Alright. I'll accept that loss. I blundered my queen. Let's go back to the Halo. What's my favorite movie I've watched this year? I haven't seen any movies this year.
Sie sagten doch.
Alarm, Entertruppen unterwegs.
You will never miss a night stream again. Don't stay up late for my stream, Cyclone. Live your life. The video will always be there. I appreciate the support. You've been very supportive. Always happy to have you.
Ich habe keinen Sichtkontakt.
Alle, besetzt die Kampfstationen. Ich wiederhole, das ist keine Übung.
How did I not overcharge that? That's crazy that I didn't get those elites. Glad you enjoy it, Yeza. It's pretty fun when it's just like short little bursts like that. I feel like the quick games are like, even if you like don't really understand chess, it's just kind of exciting to watch a short game, like a 1 minute game. It's pretty cool to see somebody play an entire game of chess in such a short amount of time. I don't know how that camel guy was shooting at me.
Alarm! Enter-Truppen unterwegs. Alarm! Enter-Truppen unterwegs. Alarm! Enter-Truppen unterwegs.
I think once I finish my Halo goals, chess is probably going to be the video game I care about the most. I think I'm going to try to get good at chess eventually. I already have such a good foundation to be a good player. Like, I feel like if I just learn a couple openings, if I just study a little bit, I feel like I could actually be pretty great. But that requires, like, putting in the effort to learn. Chill. Man. How about Pac-Man? I actually played like 5 hours of Pac-Man yesterday. My hand is tired because of it. But I didn't play quite that long. I played like 3.5 or 4 hours. I was in Portland and my train got canceled, so I walked to one of the arcades nearby and played a bunch of Pac-Man. I thought about trying to stream it, but I didn't have a setup because I wasn't planning on being there. But I had a bunch of time to kill in Portland, so I played a bunch of Pac-Man. You have a OG Miss Pac-Man? I really want to buy a Miss Pac-Man, but I can't justify the expense right now. One of my long-term goals is to have a Pac-Man arcade cabinet, though. And actually a real one, and not one of like the modern digital ones.
Oh, die verlassen die Athen.
Yeah, not an emulator. I want the real deal.
Kam aus dem Innern der Athen, genau wie bei der Malta. Die Allianz muss was zurückgelassen haben. Eine Bombe.
Verdammt, dann muss hier auch eine sein. Chief, suchen Sie die.
I want to get a Miss Pac-Man kill screen someday. I've never done it, but my skill level is just on the edge of being good enough to do it. I've gotten really close. It takes about 120 stages for a kill screen, and I've made it to 100 stages. A couple times even. So I'm like really close. What? 5/6 of the way there. Is that 87%? Is that right?
An alle, besetzt die Kampfstationen.
Is that fast mode? Yeah, I like the turbo mode. Technically the slow mode is harder, but fast is way more fun.
Alarm, Enter-Truppen unterwegs.
A lot of people think the fast mode is harder because you move too fast. And if you're an inexperienced gamer, maybe it is too fast for you. But whenever you play on the speed up fast version, you move fast, but the ghosts don't move faster. So you're like outrunning the ghost most of the time. The ghosts do eventually speed up and they get harder, but for like if you're like good at movement at the high speed, then being able to outrun the ghosts at high speed is just super useful. When you're on slow Pac-Man, you move slow, and the ghosts still move at the same speed, and so they catch you way easier. Yeah, Grammar, I plan to get a few more of the levels. Once I get the full game record, I'll go for the levels. I have most of the level records, but I want Oracle, I want Sacred Icon. I'll probably do a little bit of Uprising and Outskirts. I already have the Outskirts record, but I'm not happy with the time yet, so I'll probably improve Outskirts.
Alarm, Enter-Truppen unterwegs.
I also want to get a kill screen on OG Pac-Man someday. I learned the patterns. I know how to do it. You just have to be able to be consistent enough with the patterns to do it 255 times. On OG Pac-Man, the kill screen comes at stage 255. On Miss Pac-Man, it comes at about half of that, at 120 something. Depending on the different architecture and version of the machine you're on, it's like 124 or 121 or 122. But on OG Pac-Man, there's patterns. If you memorize 3 specific patterns, you can beat the entire OG Pac-Man. You don't need to have any like reaction time. You don't need to have any like adapting. There's a set pattern that just beats the game and gives you a perfect score. It's not super easy to execute. You have to like move around the corners precisely. But if you're able to do that, then it is possible. And I've made it to a really high score. I forget, I tweeted about my high score journey. I got a really good score on OG Pac-Man, but I didn't quite get to kill screen skill level. I know the patterns, and I could execute the last pattern really consistently, but not consistent enough. Are you asking if I've like watched other videos for like tips and tricks, Jack? Yeah, I've seen how other people get to kill screens and stuff. I know a lot. I know a lot about Miss Pac-Man. I'm really good at it. Other than the players who have got a kill screen, I'm probably like the best player in the world who hasn't gotten a kill screen yet. I'm like right on the edge. If I had more time on a machine or owned my own, I would certainly have it by now.
Alarm, Enter-Truppen unterwegs.
But Mrs. Pac-Man does not have patterns you can follow. You can learn like tips and like ways to like group the ghosts, and there's a bunch of skill to it, but the levels are also random because in the first few seconds the ghosts will move in a random direction, and then between 30 seconds and 1 minute they'll move in a random direction, and then again after a minute they'll move in a random direction. So even if you like play exactly the same frame perfectly, you'll get a different pattern of the ghosts. On the OG Pac-Man, the ghost patterns are perfectly predictable. If you play perfect, the ghosts will play perfect. So it sounds like randomness would be a bad thing for a skill-based game, but you need the randomness, otherwise the game's boring because you just learn a pattern and then the game's over. So the randomness of Miss Pac-Man's actually a pretty good thing. There is a bit of randomness that I hate about Miss Pac-Man though, and that's the fruit. So, did I get stuck? I don't think I did, but I still stood on it. But on Mrs. Pac-Man, after the banana stage, every fruit you get is completely random. There's 2 fruit per stage. It starts out with cherries on stage 1, and then it goes to strawberries, and then you've got like, it goes all the way up to the banana. So the cherry only gives you 200 points, or 100 points even. So the cherry gives you 100 points, and then the banana gives you 2,000 points. No, 5,000 points. The banana gives you 5,000 points. So the difference between like getting cherries on the board and getting bananas on the board is such a huge swing. You get 5,000 points for each banana, and that like skyrockets your score. You only get a couple hundred points when you get cherries and strawberries, so you hate seeing those fruit on board. And you really want the pears and the bananas. The pears are 2,000 and the bananas are 5,000. And the apples are 1,000. So those are the fruit you really want. And because after the first 10 stages all the fruit are random, basically you have 110 stages of random fruit, which means 110 times 10,000 is like the most you could get. And that would be like perfect god luck the whole way through, which is impossible. Or you can get 110 times 200, which would be miserable, no score, like no points the whole. So it's really like, the score fluctuations from fruit randomness is pretty frustrating. Because sometimes I'll be having a monster game where I'm making it through all of the stages, but I get no fruit. And so I don't get a high score even on runs that are like really good. No, the stages are actually exactly the same. On Miss Pac-Man, after stage 21, you can never eat another ghost. So the power pellets do nothing after stage 21. The only thing they do is make the ghost change direction. And then after stage 21, there's only 2 boards. There's the banana board and then there's the junior board. And you just repeat those back and forth over and over again. So you do 4 stages on one board, and then 4 stages on the next board, and then 4 stages on the same board, and then 4 stages on the same board. It just repeats back and forth. So really, after stage 20, you've beaten Pac-Man. There's nothing new after stage 21. It's all about locking in for consistency after that. Literally nothing changes. No good runs tonight yet, Trunks, but I'm just kind of chilling, just chatting. We're having a good time. It's actually kind of cool to reach that stage of Pac-Man. A lot of people have never seen it, but everyone knows when you eat the large power pellets, the ghosts will turn blue and then you can eat them. But after stage 21, they don't turn blue at all, not even for a single frame, so you can't eat any more ghosts. That's when the game starts to get hard because you can't like clear out areas by eating the ghosts and then eating all the dots. So you have to use like the first 20 stages is like trying to maximize points by eating all the ghosts, and then the next 100 stages is trying to just be consistent and live.
Alarm! Enter-Truppen unterwegs. An alle, besetzt die Kampfstationen.
Auf geht's.
Waka 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 waka.
Keine Übung. Ich wiederhole, das ist keine Übung.
Why does that kill? Man.
Alarm! Enter-Truppen unterwegs.
I probably shouldn't go for too much longer. I want one good run though. Next one that makes it out of Hangar 2 is probably my last one. I need to rest my hands. My hands are pretty tired. I played a lot of video games this weekend. Let's just clutch up a good run right here. Yeah, I think this is my last one. Last one of the session. I know it's a little bit of a shorter stream for the night stream, but I want to come back tomorrow and be refreshed and ready for serious runs. Today was kind of a casual grind. That was really fast though. This is gonna be a good one to finish on.
Oh oh, die verlassen die Athen.
Cortana, Lagebericht.
Die Explosion kam aus dem Innern der Athen, genau wie bei der Malta. Die Allianz muss was zurückgelassen haben. Eine Bombe.
Verdammt, dann muss hier auch eine sein. Chief, suchen Sie die.
Na los jetzt! Ist das eine Waffe oder eine Taschenlampe?
No. I don't know why that Red Elite just ran and looked out the window. Dude, but what is going on? How am I living? This is still fast. This run's been blessed. That first Elite just ran and like just stared out the window like he's an old man. SpongeBob looking out his window, look at Squidward ass. You guys ever seen that tweet of someone is saying like, there's grown-ass men having a foot race outside, I can't believe how childish they are, and then someone replies, and it's like the SpongeBob picture of Squidward looking out his window being grumpy at SpongeBob. It's the classic.
Ich glaube es nicht. Die ziehen sie zurück. Wir haben gewonnen.
Die Träger brechen durch, Sir. Sie nehmen Kurs auf Kairo. Cortana, konzentriertes Feuer auf den ersten Träger. Admiral, knöpfen Sie sich den zweiten vor. Formiert euch, folgt mir.
Hey, das ist übel.
Now I'm sad.
Der erste Träger ignoriert
Alright,
uns
this is
völlig
really
so.
good.
Er hat das Trümmerfeld der Malta in Richtung Erde durchbrochen. Übrigens, die Bombe wird von einem ganzen Haufen Eliten bewacht. Sie werden sich etwas ausdenken müssen.
I am speed. That's good.
Die Sache ist dringend, Chief.
Schüttelt es ab, Marines! Absturzstelle räumen! Los, los, los!
This will be the last run of the session. I'll obviously try to do the best I can, but wherever it dies, that's the end. That's right, Nick. We didn't get trolled by that guy this time.
Sergeant, ich
Off to
brauche
a
Sie auf
better
dem
run than
Funk.
personal best now.
Ma'am?
Meine Pelicans bringen Rüstung und Verstärkung in die Stadt. Die brauchen tauglichen Geleitschutz.
Why is that elite standing on that other elite's head? Did you see that? They're just chilling.
Die meisten Allianztruppen sind direkt unter dem Träger. Die wollen bestimmt nicht, dass sie an Bord kommen. Diese Brücke ist der direkteste Weg zum Stadtzentrum.
Spooky.
Chief, vom Träger sind gerade jede Menge Kapseln gestartet. Die nehmen Kurs auf uns.
Dieser Tunnel führt zur Brücke. Überall Ratten. Trotzdem besser als Schwimmen. Ich habe die Kampfgespräche der Allianz analysiert. Die sind überrascht. Verwirrt. Die haben uns hier wohl nicht erwartet. Keine Menschen. Nicht auf der Erde. Verrückt, ich weiß. Das erklärt aber, warum sie mit so einer kleinen Flotte kommen.
Nicht langsamer werden!
Don't kill him.
Lasst sie nicht entkommen!
the moon looking like that? Moon's looking weird out there. You can finally sword fly consistently. Like being able to water bottle flip. Nice. It definitely takes like some practice and some skill to make it click, but yeah, once it clicks you kind of understand it. I understand it now. Yeah, you get one of those moments. Now that I've gotten a PB, I understand it now. We are hot on the trails of the world record out here. This ghost isn't gonna follow me, is he? Yo. That's crazy. I better get this checkpoint. I'm not gonna get it.
In dem Gebäude sind ein paar Marines eingeschlossen, Chief. Konzentriert euch auf die Rays. Die sind am gefährlichsten.
Oh, man! That's crap! I played perfectly, and this asshole just ruins the speedrun. That stupid ghost right there. That's not fair. It's crazy that I die 45 seconds later because of a stupid ghost.
In dem Gebäude sind ein paar Marines eingeschlossen, Chief.
It's not fair.
Konzentriert euch auf die Rays. Die sind am gefährlichsten.
Corporal Perez, Kompanie A, Kommandostand ist da drüben. Der Lieutenant wurde beim Absprung getroffen.
Wer hat jetzt das Kommando, Corporal?
Sergeant Banksman. Erst oben, kommen Sie.
And gifted for another run. I mean, what's another run mean? Like, one more Cairo? Or... I can, if this run dies to early cycle right here, I can maybe grind Cairo a little longer. I went for early cycle, so the scarab might disappear. I don't know, I don't have the timer. I might be able to grind a little bit longer if this one dies. Yo-yo with the 10 gifted. Thank you. I appreciate it. And a zoo raid. Okay, well I guess I am going a little longer. I guess we will keep on going. This run might get early cycle. The scarab might disappear right here. Yo, call the man, thank you. Yeah, okay, scarab deload. Alright, well, I guess we're doing another run. for the raid, Zubert. Hello, all the Zoo viewers. How are the runs? Runs were not much better. Rip. Alright, let's try to show the Zoo viewers Classic. So if you guys are coming from Zoo stream, the start looks a little different. I'm not playing Master Chief Collection, this is the OG version of the game. So there's a trick called ghosting that allows you to like mess up your hitbox and walk through some walls. So this level's slightly faster on Classic. All of the other levels are slightly slower. This glitch is really only used on this level. But on average, Master Chief Collection saves a lot of time because of loading time, because of lag. You literally walk faster, you sword lunge faster, you slide jump further. So they're different games with different tricks and different timing methods. But I've been trying to beat Zoo's record on Classic. He has both the MCC and the Classic record. But I don't really like playing MCC, so I'm trying to bop him on the OG version.
Alarm! Enter Truppen unterwegs.
There's a lot of challenges on this version that are kind of like hard to see as a viewer, but it lags a lot. The controller, you have to fight the controller. The game just runs worse, and it's like part of the skill is adapting to it. I just got a PB on Friday, and today's my first day back since then, so I'm feeling great about just getting a PB. We're inching closer to the Zoobop. It will happen soon. I am well on my way.
Alarm! Enter Truppen unterwegs. An alle, besetzt die Kampfstationen.
Yeah, soon. If you hold Alt and type 0153 on the numpad, you'll get the TM sign.
Alarm! Enter Truppen unterwegs. Alarm! Enter Truppen unterwegs. An alle, besetzt die Kampfstationen.
Ist erledigt.
Dies ist keine Übung. Ich wiederhole, das ist keine Übung.
Alright, here we go. Finally through the first door. Now it's time for the run.
Hochführen Wegmann.
That's kind Lane clear. Wait, you're still alive? Grunt. Could have been better. It's still good. Still good.
Oh, sie verlassen die Athen.
What's up, Observer?
Cortana, Lagebericht.
Die Explosion kam aus dem Innern der Athen, genau wie bei der Malta. Die Allianz muss was zurückgelassen haben. Eine Bombe.
Verdammt, dann muss hier auch eine sein. Chief, suchen Sie die.
Na los jetzt! Ist das eine Waffe oder eine Taschenlampe?
Man, I have been clutching that room.
Ich war fast an Bord, als die auftauchten.
Alright, still decent.
Wir sind am Ball.
Still decent.
Sir,
Erste Echelon zu mir. Nehmt euch die Kreuzer vor. Schaltet sie nacheinander aus. Zweite Echelon zu den Rüstungsträgern.
Kapsel aller feindlichen Schiffe sind in der
Finden Sie
Todeszone.
die Bombe.
13 Kreuzer,
Im Lauf.
2 Sturmträger.
Cortana, ziehen Sie zurück und wir haben gewonnen.
Come on, guys.
Die Träger brechen durch, Sir.
No, you're not gonna do that.
Konzentriertes Feuer auf den ersten Träger. Admiral, knöpfen Sie sich den zweiten vor. Formiert euch, folgt mir.
Der erste Träger ignoriert
Alright.
uns, Sir. Er hat das
Already gonna make it back out of Cairo? Let's go. That wasn't too bad.
Übrigens, die Bombe wird von einem ganzen Haufen Eliten bewacht. Sie werden sich etwas ausdenken müssen.
How am I ping Ricochet? You need to chill. If that kills me, I'm gonna be grumpy. Whew. That was scary. Lost a little bit in the last room, but we're fine.
Die Sache ist dringend, Chief.
Schüttelt es ab, Marines! Absturzstelle räumen! Los, los, los!
Then I saw Mono's face. Now I'm a believer.
Noch einer hier.
Sergeant, ich brauche Sie auf dem Vogel.
The roses.
Ma'am?
Meine Pelicans bringen Rüstung und Verstärkung in die Stadt. Die brauchen tauglichen Geleitschutz.
Unten bleiben!
Hey. I should not have mid-air stopped on that lunge. I should have got momentum. Whatever, it's fine.
Die meisten Allianztruppen sind direkt unter dem Träger. Die wollen bestimmt nicht, dass sie an Bord kommen. Diese Brücke ist der direkteste Weg zum Stadtzentrum.
Yeah, well, the old route actually did used to get the Rex Sword, Daniel, but the co-op route is crazier now.
Chief, vom Träger sind gerade jede Menge Kapseln
The
gestartet.
current co-op
Die warten
route
auf uns.
now turns into a Phantom and flies to the end of the mission.
Dieser Tunnel führt zur Brücke. Überall Rampen. Trotzdem besser als Schwimmen.
I swear to God, he turned himself into a freaking phantom. It's the funniest thing I ever saw.
Gespräche der Allianz analysiert. Die sind überrascht. Verwirrt. Die haben uns hier wohl nicht erwartet. Keine Menschen. Nicht auf der Erde. Verrückt, ich weiß. Das erklärt aber, warum wir mit so einer kleinen Flotte kommen.
Weniger Zeit hier, mehr Zeit dort.
There's no way a Rick and Morty reference is an old man reference. Don't hit me with that. I mean, I don't watch Rick and Morty. I haven't seen anything but like the first 2 seasons. Is Rick and Morty really old man humor? Oh man. Oh man. This is tragic. I wasn't ready for this news. I need to sit down. I need to stand up and sit back down.
Oh Mann, da sind noch mehr.
Die Allianz will sich neu formieren. Verhindern Sie es.
Yeah, to be fair, you do have to have a really high IQ to speedrun Halo 2.
Okay, ich hau ab. Da hast du ein Problem.
The music stopped early. Why is there no music? Bring me back my music. There. That's the noise it's supposed to make when the level finishes. Feelings mutual, Kramer. I saw Marty tweet the dumbest shit the other day, and he's got like 200,000 followers or some shit. The thing got like 10 likes. Dude's tweeting about like he's so obsessed with trans people. It's so weird. He was tweeting about he thought he was like slam dunking about this tweet about trans people in gymnastics. He's talking about their penises hitting the bar. What kind of weirdo is tweeting about trans people's penises? Chill out, dude. He thought he was cooking some hilarious joke. It's just weird. I can't imagine wanting that to be your legacy. You spend like 50 years or however old he is making music and shit, and you go out and your legacy towards the end of your career is going to be tweeting about people's dicks? And like trying to dunk on them and make fun of them? I don't know. Just fucking weird, man. Just very disappointing to see. Just very sad.
Alarm, Entertruppen unterwegs.
Okay, da kommt es.
Dies ist keine Übung. Ich wiederhole, das ist keine Übung.
Okay,
Pretty good.
oh oh, die verlassen die Athen.
Cortana, Lagebericht.
Die Explosion kam aus dem Innern der Athen, genau wie bei der Malta. Allianz muss was zurückgelassen haben. Eine Bombe.
Verdammt, dann muss hier auch eine sein. Chief, suchen Sie die.
Why do you instant punch? That's not what was supposed to happen.
Alarm, Entertruppen unterwegs.
Who the fuck is Marty? Marty is the person who made the music for Halo 1, 2, and 3. He was the composer and lead sound engineer. Or lead sound designer or something. But yeah, he made most of the Halo themes. Martin O'Donnell.
Alarm, Entertruppen unterwegs.
He, in recent years, has shifted away from the video game music industry and has ran for office. He was running for Nevada congressman in the last election season, and he didn't win, but he shifted to right-wing, like, grifter politics, so now all he treats it, like, now all he talks about is, like, weird, like, right-wing talking points and, like, anti-trans nonsense, and he's, I don't know, he became, like, a weird right-wing guy.
Alarm, Entertruppen unterwegs. Alle, besetzt die Kampfstationen.
Jeder sucht sich ein Ziel. Granate!
Dies ist keine Übung. Ich wiederhole, das ist keine Übung. Hochführen sichtbar.
Where are you hiding?
Oh oh, die verlassen die Athen.
Cortana, Lagebericht.
Die Explosion kam aus dem Innern der Athen, genau wie bei der Malta. Die Allianz muss was zurückgelassen haben. Eine Bombe.
Verdammt, dann muss hier auch eine sein. Chief, suchen Sie die.
Na los jetzt! Ist das eine Waffe oder eine Taschenlampe?
I don't think I've failed that section today. Which, that's usually one of the, like, hardest sections of the level. And I'm, like, nailing it every single time.
Keine Sorge, Ma'am, wir sind am Ball.
No need to put Zoo down, Grammar. He is an incredible runner. Stuff like that is impossible to quantify. You can't know how other runners will react in random situations. Oh, come on, dude. Absolutely obliterated by those bugs. Zoo would have thrown better grenades and not died to the bugs.
Ich glaube es nicht, die ziehen sich zurück. Wir haben gewonnen.
Die Träger brechen durch, Sir. Sie nehmen Kurs auf Kairo. Cortana, konzentriertes Feuer auf den ersten Träger. Admiral, knöpfen Sie sich den zweiten vor. Formiert euch, folgt mir.
Hey, das ist übel. Wird nicht übel.
Der erste Träger ignoriert uns völlig, Sir. Er hat das
You're feeling a world record sacred icon tonight? That's not happening. I don't really go for world record strats.
Sie werden sich etwas ausdenken müssen.
I don't want to restart. It has a death in it, but who cares?
Die Sache ist dringend, Chief.
Schüttelt es ab, Marines! Absturzstelle räumen! Los, los, los!
I mean, whenever you can play a level... I didn't have to restart that, but it was already too slow. I want a better one than that. Whenever you play a level with the intention of getting world record, you are basically saying, I don't care about getting lucky or unlucky. I'm going to do what's perfectly fast and perfectly optimal and just hope that everything lines up. When I'm on a full game run, if I'm ahead of world record, I need to play for consistency. So just the difference of mindset of how you approach a level when you're playing for consistency versus like not giving a shit. I'm not gonna care if I get shotgunned, I'm not gonna care if I get blown up by carriers, I'm not gonna care if I die to the enforcer. The end fight, I'm just gonna play way more risky. So you don't... Going for IL records are just different than full game. Even if the strats are mostly the same, the way you play it is different. And the strats are still slightly different. There's more grenade boosts I would do. The way I would take out the enforcer is different. The way I would do shotgun boosts are different.
Alarm, Entertruppen unterwegs.
Yo, what up, Mito?
An alle, besetzt die Kampfstationen. Alarm, Enter-Truppen unterwegs. Alarm.
37,000. I just noticed that we hit 37. Probably hit that this morning or just at the start of this stream. That's a lot of resets. You guys think I get world record before 40,000? Is it gonna take me 3,000 more resets? I bet I get world record before 40k. I bet I do. That would, I do like 100 resets a day, I think, on average. Maybe a little bit more depending on how I'm stuck on Cairo. So that would be another month. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe I don't get it before 40. I bet it comes at around 40. So before 42, I'm fairly sure I'd get it before like 2 months. It might take me more than 1 month. I don't know. It could. I feel like it could come any day between tomorrow and like 3 months from now, and that's just the way the grind goes.
Dies ist keine Übung. Ich wiederhole, das ist keine Übung.
Oh, you're right, Mito. Anywhere between right now and 3 months from now. Not bad.
Oh oh, die verlassen die Athen.
Montana, Lagebericht.
Die Explosion kam aus dem Innern der Athen, genau wie bei der Malta. Die Allianz muss was zurückgelassen haben. Eine Bombe.
Verdammt, dann muss hier auch eine sein. Chief, suchen Sie die.
Na los jetzt! Ist das eine Waffe oder eine Taschenlampe?
I really haven't missed the section today. It's insane.
Na los, Chief, hier lang.
I've just nailed that section every single time.
Keine Sorge, Mann, wir sind am Ball.
Sir, Eindringlinge im Feuerkontroll.
Erste Echelon zu mir. Nehmt euch die Kreuzung vor. Schaltet sie nacheinander aus. Zweite Echelon, kümmert euch um die Träger. Finden Sie die Bomben. Im Lauf. Montana, Ziele aufsuchen und Feuer frei.
Jetzt wird's
Ich
laut.
glaube es nicht, die ziehen sie zurück. Wir haben gewonnen.
Chill. That's just not fair. Ugh, I've been screwing up the bug section so much. I wish I had health there.
Alarm, Enter-Truppen unterwegs. Alarm,
Next one that makes it out of Cairo or out of Hangar 2 might have to be my last. I was already planning on ending the stream before I got a zoo raid. We've got a few more good looks since then, but I don't want to grind too long. What time is it? 11:20. I'll go for another 15 or 20 minutes on Cairo, or until I get one good one. And then I'll call it quits for tonight. I'm not unhappy with today's grind though. I think runs went fine today. I know we didn't get anything exciting, nothing went very deep. I had one no reset run this morning, but I'm already back in the groove. After taking the weekend off, I was worried it would take me a minute to get back in the groove. I'm already feeling it. I'm pretty happy with my level of play today. My sword flies have been incredibly consistent, actually, and my movement in combat is getting already back into it, so it's feeling good.
Alarm! Enter-Truppen unterwegs. An alle, besetzt die Kampfstationen.
If you guys are enjoying the stream, don't forget to follow. The grind will continue. Every day I'm grinding this until I get record. We are not stopping.
Keine Übung. Ich wiederhole, das ist keine Übung.
I've been getting pretty close.
Alarm! Enter-Truppen unterwegs. Alarm! Enter-Truppen unterwegs.
I stopped yesterday. Yeah, but that was my first day off. This weekend was literally the only 3 days I've taken off this year. So I think I earned a day off. I've streamed every single day since before the start of the year. I think taking 2 or 3 days for a weekend is fine. Also, I intended to stream yesterday, but it was impossible because my train got canceled. I was planning on making it home in time for the night stream, and then I didn't get home till after midnight.
Waffenschränke öffnen.
I thought there was an elite alive in the stairwell. Is there still an elite alive somewhere? Oh, okay. Yeah, this is gonna be the last one right here.
Cortana, Lagebericht.
I went to a tournament? No, I went to practice for a tournament. So there's a tournament at the end of the year in Chicago, or at the end of this month in Chicago, and my team wanted to get some practice in, so we scheduled like try-hard grind session to like do a practice LAN and stuff. So it was practice for a tournament. Still at 100%. I cannot miss. You cannot fail. I am just like the big banks. I am too big to fail. Am I taking days off for the tournament as well? Yeah, I'll be out of town for that weekend. It's the 27th, I think. Maybe one of the. It's like the last weekend in June. Come on, man. I can't fail the middle, but I can fail this. Come on. It's fine. I'm not restarting. This is the last run. No restart. No restart. Focus. Lock back in. Will it be streamed? Yeah, it'll be streamed on... I think the Twitch is... KQCHI, maybe? Let's see. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Alright, well, that's a link for the place the tournament will be if you want to follow that. But that's going to be it for me tonight, because I'm getting tired. I really appreciate everyone hanging out from the Zoo Raid. Appreciate all the support from you guys. I will be back tomorrow, stronger and more powerful. This game cannot strike me down. Who can I raid? I'll raid Irie. I haven't raided him in a while. This guy's playing GoldenEye. It's an old game. He's going for world record on streets, the Ryan Lockwood level. Go quote Ryan Lockwood at him. Tell him he's a fucking legend or something. I'm out of here. See you guys.